Dalton lost hundreds of pounds. How did he go from this to this? He kept his fears in mind.
Imagine you're on your deathbed, and standing around your deathbed are the ghosts representing your unfulfilled potential. And they're standing around your bed, angry, disappointed, and upset. They say, we came to you because you could have brought us to life, they say. And now we have to go to the grave together.
Ooh, this hits on a personal level. One of my greatest fears is living a life of mediocrity, knowing that I could have done so much more, and looking back and wishing I would have done so much more. I fear looking back and wondering, what if? What if I would have taken this chance? What if I would have left it this opportunity? Instead of letting fear mitigate my potential, I try to use fear to fuel my potential by looking back at all the opportunities that fear has cost me so far. 2. The best weight you'll ever lose is the weight of others' opinions of you. I can remember the day that I stopped caring about other people's opinions, and I mean truly stopped caring about other people's opinions, was one of the most liberating, freeing days of my life. Now don't get me wrong, I still care about some opinions, depending on who they are. You know, if I respect them, what the context is this opinion given with good intent, or is this opinion given with bad intent? Good intent meaning maybe constructive criticism, and bad intent where somebody's just trying to hurt my feelings just for the sake of it. If that's the case, I always try to keep in mind that hurt people. So they may just be extending their pain outwards because they're hurting themselves. And misery loves company. The way I look at it is, this is my life and no one else's. I get one shot at this life, and I don't want somebody else's opinion that was given with malintent to negatively influence how I live my life. I am my own worst critic, and that little voice in my head gives me more than enough to think about. If I give any opinion my weight or attention, it should be my own first. 3. He uses anger as his friend. As you can see in this video, he gets pretty frustrated when he can't get this rep out. But does he give up? No, absolutely not. He pauses, he thinks about it, and he takes his anger, his frustration, and he channels that into his next set. And he gets it. He used his anger for good. Anger is arguably one of the strongest human emotions that we have. And I think a lot of times anger is categorized as a negative human emotion, an emotion that's not good to have. In my opinion, this could not be farther from the truth. Now, yes, if you do, harbor a lot of anger and frustration and you don't deal with that properly, then absolutely, that can really cause a lot of problems in your life. But if you learn how to harness it like Dalton did, you can see the results. They speak for themselves. Anger can be absolutely incredible. It can make you unstoppable. I used to be so mad and angry and blame the world, other people, situations for where I was in life. But the huge mindset shift that I made was shifting my anger from the world, other people's situations, to myself. I was mad at myself for being a victim of my own victimization and putting myself in the position I was in life. It wasn't anybody else's fault. It wasn't situational. It wasn't the world wanted me to be where I was. It was myself. It was my bad decisions and lack of accountability. It's only once I learned to redirect that negative anger to a positive outlet that my life began to change. 4. After his weight loss surgery, he continued to put in the work. I think there is a huge misconception that weight loss surgery is a magic pill and a quick fix and you'll lose weight forever. That could not be farther from the truth. I've actually known quite a few people that have had either gastric bypass or gastric sleeve or something like that did lose a lot of weight at first, but they did not change their habits, and after time, maybe even after years, they eventually put almost all that weight back on and then some, despite having gastric bypass or whatever weight loss surgery they used. It's kind of like lotto winners that you hear in the news. They win tens of millions of dollars just to wind up broke a few years later. But how is that possible? That's so much money. How could you ever blow all that? Some of those people just had bad money habits to begin with. So did those tens of millions of dollars fix their problem? No, absolutely not. It just prolonged them from being broke again. Did the weight loss surgery help him get down to his goal weight? Absolutely yes, without question. But he still had to put in the work. The surgery did not do all of this for him. He had to put in the work. He had to work to get down to his goal weight, and then he had to work to stay there. It can be equally as hard to keep the weight off as it was to lose it in the first place. Thanks for the incredible tips, Dalton. Keep up the hard work.